It's now 7:02, and veterans leaders
and future generations do not forget their service and their sacrifice in replacing tyranny with freedom.
For a 19-year-old, which I was then, was extremely important. I wasn't afraid. I was buoyed up by the events happening.
Right now, veterans, leaders, and communities across the globe are marking the 80th anniversary of D-Day.
A pivotal moment for the Allies during World War II. We have a live look for you from this ceremony happening right now at Normandy American Cemetery, when more than 150,000 troops stormed the beaches of Normandy on June 6, 1944. D-Day remains the largest air, land, and sea invasion in history. And we can tell you right now, we know that President Biden is there speaking. And so, again, many dignitaries there to mark this day. The area is now lined with rows of bone-white headstones that mark the graves of U.S. soldiers who died to bring an end to World War II. The French president spoke earlier this morning.
Back here in Houston, the Lone Star Flight Museum will host the Consul General of France. This is part of a special ceremony to remember this important anniversary. The museum is home to several World War II era aircraft that flew missions in Europe and the Pacific. Let's go live now where President Joe Biden is speaking there in France right now.
Just as soon as the weather turned, across the choppy English Channel, the Supreme Commander of the Allies, Dwight D. Eisenhower, waited. The largest force ever of its kind, built by 12 nations. Men, guns, planes, naval craft of every description waited. The world, captive and free, waited. Finally, Eisenhower's forecaster said there was a window in the weather. It would open briefly on Tuesday, the 6th of June. The general weighed the options and gave the order. At dawn, the Allies would strike. The great crusade to free Europe from tyranny would begin. That night, General Eisenhower drove to the English town of Newbury to visit paratroopers of the 101st Airborne. There were men from all over America. It was estimated that 80% of them would be killed within hours. That was the estimate. But they were brave, they were resolute, and they were ready. One soldier told General Eisenhower, quote, "Don't worry, sir. The 101st is on the job. Everything will be taken care of." That's what he said. And because of their courage and their resolve, because the courage and resolve of their allies, it was taken care of. From the sea and sky, nearly 160,000 Allied troops descended on Normandy. Many, to state the obvious, never came home. Many survived that longest day, kept on fighting for months until victory was finally won. And a few, a notable band of brothers, are here with us today. Kenneth Blaine Smith is here. On that day, under heavy artillery fire, he operated a rangefinder and radar on the first American ship to arrive at Normandy's coast, providing direct gunfire support for the Rangers scaling the cliffs of Pointe du Hoc on their daring mission to take out the German batteries. Bob Gibson is here. He landed on Utah Beach about 10 hours after the invasion began. Bullets flying everywhere, tracers lighting up the sky. Bob drove an M4 tractor with anti-aircraft gun mounted on top, providing critical protection for the infantry against the German Air Force. On that day, and for many days after, he continued. Ben Miller is here, a medic with the 82nd Airborne. At 3 a.m. on June 6th, he and 13 other medics flew over the channel in a rickety glider. Its wings were ripped off by giant poles that the Germans buried halfway in the ground.
You've been listening in here as President Joe Biden addresses a crowd there in Normandy, France, marking the 80th anniversary of D-Day, the largest air, land, and sea invasion in our history.
And just going through the incredible amount of people there and their history and the stories of what they went through then. So it'll be interesting to hear those stories come out all throughout the day.